what I want to say to you is this here. If you go, this book called Laya Yoga, Laya Yoga,
Mm-hmm.
okay? It's a book that not too many people that are interested in meditation know about.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably can find it on Amazon for maybe $500-600.
Say
When
that
I
name
bought
one more time. Say that name one more time, my brother.
Laya, Laya Yoga.
Yoga. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably heard of Hatha Yoga and
Yeah.
Raja Yoga, okay, but not typically heard about Laya Yoga,
Mm-hmm.
okay? I forgot the author's name, but the book gives you all the 14 chakras. You can go and Google the 14 chakras. It's published. This is published information.
Mm-hmm.
The chakras with their mantras and everything and so forth,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that we have 5 psychical chakras and 9 spiritual chakras.
Okay.
You see that? And it's published. It's not like I didn't make this up. This has been documented for thousands of years.
Right.
Part of the shamanic tradition.
Right.
The reason for this is that when the Aryan came into ancient India,
Mm-hmm.
ancient India was a matrilineal society, and God was a goddess in ancient India. So the patriarchal Aryans they cannot vibe with that. So they changed the system and limited to the 5 lower psychical chakras because the 5 lowers, when we talk about psychical powers, the ability for your life force, the Kundalini energy, to generate effects in miraculous effects or mind over matter effects in your life is controlled by the 5 lower chakras, which, the people who invented the so-called 7 chakra system told you that you will control, okay, the 5 psychical chakras with the Ajna chakra, which they incorrectly call the third eye, and the Sahasrara chakra. Nobody ever told you what the mantras of the Sahasrara chakras are. There are 50 mantras in the Sahasrara chakra, and nobody has written a book on how to use that.
Mm. Wow.
And the thing is when I wrote a book, Life and Kundalini Yoga years ago, okay, where I gave the explanation of of 9 of the 14 chakras. I didn't want to give the other 5 chakras. I wanted to put it in a separate book by itself, okay, because it's really a book on psychology,
Right.
yes, and mental psychology and so on.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. So the Aryans invade India. They purposely left out certain chakras, dealing with the female aspect of man. What I want to ask you, I'm just because it's like, okay, why would they leave out those chakras? Is it a case of someone hating something because they don't have it? So what they don't have, nobody can have? Is this something that was exclusive to the people that were India in that time? We have invaders, they come through. They don't have access to these chakras, so they gonna hate on it because they don't have access to it. Is this
No,
why?
no, not really.
Why
The
did it
other
leave
nine
these out? Why
The
did it?
other 9 chakras, require for you to observe very strict and stringent
Mm,
spiritual rules.
mm, mm,
The lower 5 chakras, which are the chakras that enables you to manifest mind over matter, does not require spirituality or morality.
mm.
So it's easier for you to use the 5 lower chakra. You
Right.
see that? The problem, with it is that, you know, um, go on Google, go on Amazon, and see how many books, you can find that explains how to use the powers of the chakras, and there are hardly any books.
Mm,
You see that? Yet, if you get my book, Light of Kundalini Yoga, I give you all the mantras of all the 9 spiritual chakras. You
mm.
see that? And in my course that I'm giving to the world this year, I teach people how to use, the Guru chakra. You never heard of the Guru chakra, right?
No.
The word Guru. is, spiritual teacher stage, right? So
Mhm.
there's a good, you have a chakra within you that once you open it up, you're able to get divine guidance, intuitive. You see, connect with God's wisdom.
Mhm.
Okay, one of the five lower chakras, one of the so-called seven chakras called the Vishuddha,
Mhm.
purifies your lower chakra. You see that? It enables you to transcend, the control that pleasure exerts over you. You
Mhm.
see that? Meaning that one of the biggest problems that people have today is that they're pleasure bound.
Yes.
They are enslaved to pleasure. They will not do something unless it is pleasurable, and they are addicted to a lot of dangerous and bad pleasures and things of that nature. And the shuddha, the word shuddhi, means to purify. Like in Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama, when you do that, the alternate modes breathing to purify the energy channels.
Mhm.
But you got to do it with the Vishuddha mantra.
Mhm.
Okay, just not simply stop at one of those and begin at the other. You can also you have to also now empower the Vishuddha chakra to purify the energy channels and so on. So that's part of the so-called seven chakras. Why haven't they explained that?
Mhm.
You see that?
No, definitely.
Not going to go through, and then one of the so-called seven chakras that controls people's life is called the Swadhisthana chakra, incorrectly called the sex chakra. Okay, and that's the chakra that empowers your mind to manifest your desires and your life plans. So
Mm.
this is what I teach in this, course on the winter solstice, because come the New Year's, whether you call it December 25th or January 1st, when you start to make pledges for a better life,
Mhm.
it's not going to happen through just you writing a piece of paper. I pledge to accomplish so. I pledge to change so and so in my life. You have to go through a deep dive into your soul, with meditations and words of powers, mantras, because that's what your chakras are. That's where they reside.
4 to 5 women I've ever had a deep conversation with and have really conversed with, they were impacted by sexual molestation as a child. Like literally 4 out of 5. Like it's like once in a while one wasn't. If you really get to talking to them and know them, how would something like that, if we have a society with the divine feminine where 4 out of 5 was impacted by sexual molestation, how does that impact the chakras? What does that do to the chakras that happened to them as a child? What happens to their chakras by the time they become an adult?
Well, first of all, understand that this what we call the chakras in Western language and science is your psyche,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So when you approach the knowledge of the psyche, from the perspective of chakras, then you have 14, well documented and well known faculties of the spirit and the mind that
Mm-hmm.
you can draw
Mm-hmm.
on this, that you can leverage techniques for restoring balance. You see that in the you can restore the well-being of these women as well as to bring into society. Okay, because because the men who commit you know those you know those those cruel things. So I don't want to demonize, but it's cruel. Okay, they're also psychologically unbalanced. And the thing is a chakra based therapeutic system would prevent society from going off the rails in that way and provide a means for people to recover from sexual trauma, or it is war, the trauma from war, the PTSD from war, or abuse by the authorities, whatever it is that leaves post-traumatic stress state. As a matter of fact, I wrote a book called Stress Free for Life.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
where I give meditations and dietary suggestions and supplements where people can remove, the remaining stress that follows different traumatic situations. You see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So people who have been traumatized in that manner, they need a re-education about their true identity, their self-image. They need to help change the way they think about life and about things, and then they need to use meditation, because meditation is the way to get into the psyche to fix what has gone wrong. You
Mm-hmm.
see that?
Mm-hmm.
If you do not meditate to go deep into your subconscious to fix what has gone wrong, you are going to just be trying to talk,
Right.
help people with positive thinking, and that's not enough. You got to go into the subconscious.
Let me ask you this, brother, since you're so well studied, and you talked about the subatomic world, so you're familiar with quantum physics and you're familiar with the quantum world. And the quantum world says consciousness creates reality. The quantum world does not say subconsciousness creates reality. They say consciousness creates reality. My thing is, what about the subconscious? What does if we have a conscious and they're saying conscious creates a reality? Talk to me about the subconscious based on your studies. What is the What did the ancestors in antiquity have to say about the subconscious instead of because we hear about the conscious creating reality according to quantum physics. So talk to me about subconscious according to the ancestors in antiquity.
Reality, what we call reality, is something that occurs in different levels.
Yeah.
And the subconscious is the lowest and the fundamental level of reality.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And consciousness can and has the power to impact the subconscious, because the subconscious is not self automated. You see that it has to be set in motion by consciousness.
Okay.
But
Okay.
the consciousness has to meet the subconscious on the level of the subconscious.
Yes.
You see that what we call consciousness can operate on all levels of reality, but the subconscious has to remain subconscious to be subconscious. You're following that, right?
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you with me here? I'm not
Yes, sir.
losing you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so the art and science of meditation is to take your consciousness into the depths of your soul,
Mm,
the depths of your spirit, because
mm.
that's the foundation of reality.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
When
Man.
you say you're a musician, what instrument do you play?
Piano.
Okay, I'm a pianist also.
Mm.
I was a piano major through my minor school of music.
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay. Now, when you practice something over and over and over, what you're doing is that you are transmitting, what you know on a conscious level into your psyche, the subconscious within you,
Okay.
so that once you get to the point where you can play something, execute something accurately and faster than you can think consciously, is because you have transformed, you have transmitted that conscious knowledge into your subconscious, what we incorrectly call muscle memory.
So muscle memory is subconscious.
That's correct.
Ooh, let's go. Oh,
Yes, sir.
let's go. Okay. Yeah. Muscle memory is the subconscious. Okay, come on. Okay, brother.
And a good musical performance is a marriage between conscious effort and subconscious action. You see that, but it has to be mostly subconscious than conscious, because the subconscious can think faster than consciousness, and all the most accurate, the most complex, maneuvering is carried out by the subconscious itself. But consciousness has to program it.
Does
And
consciousness okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead.
Does consciousness do any action or is all action subconscious? And all conscious do is programming. Conscious is the computer programming, and subconscious is does all the action. Is that how it works? How does this
That
work?
is correct. You see, in other words, you use consciousness to learn how to walk. And once you learn how to walk, you walk subconsciously without thinking about it.
Subconscious. Yeah. Yeah. Damn, brother. Where you been at, man? Where you been at all these years, man? Where you been? I know you've been around. I'm just messing with you.
Waiting for you.
I like that response. Woo, this brother's fire, man. You know I gotta get you back on. We only got about 20 more minutes, but I gotta get you back on here again. You know that, right?
Yes, sir.
Gotta get you back on. Let me ask you this: a personal question that you are obviously a elder, full of wisdom. I want to ask this to you. When I meditate a lot, like let's say, just since I was about 20 years old, I noticed this. I didn't know how to articulate it, but I noticed it. Then eventually I was like, why do I do this? Let's say I'm in my home or my apartment or wherever. If I meditate, I would always walk counterclockwise. So you have 12, you have clockwise and you have counterclockwise. But I always seem to walk counterclockwise. It wasn't a conscious thought put into it. It was just a subconscious action, since we're talking about subconscious action. But to this day, I still notice when I meditate and I'm really deep in thought, I'm rubbing my hands. I don't know what that's about. I will walk counterclockwise. Is there any explanation from your teachers that you could tell me about that, my brother?
And you notice in a horse race, the race is counterclockwise too, right?
I didn't know that. No, I don't watch. No. I didn't know that.
Okay, when you watch athletes racing, running the speed, and it's counterclockwise also.
Like Hussein Bolt and all of them.
It's all counterclockwise.
I didn't know that. Come on, man. God damn it. Oh my God. I did not know that, my brother. Wow. Please explain that. I never put two and two together. Please explain that. Yeah, because you're right. They be like, yeah, you're right. Explain that to me, please.
You see, our body, and our mind and our psyche, right? The soul, what we call the soul, the psyche, okay, is operates on various electromagnetic levels in a cyclical manner. And that cyclical rotation goes counterclockwise.
Okay.
You see that? Okay. And the same thing happens with the Earth, with its movement around its axis and around the sun. It goes counterclockwise as well, I mean, the Earth itself turns, clockwise, but the reference makes it look counterclockwise, and the inner part within us tries to keep up with, maintain that relationship.
Yeah. Wow.